Step one, we must turn off the water. It's straight, we got the open flow, you want to close it. Part one done. Easier on the knees. There we go. Part two, find our circuit breaker. So according to my little cheat sheet here, my water heater is this double 15 amp. This first one is the microwave. This one should be the water heater before we get to the converter in the back. So we're gonna turn that off. So now the water heater is off. But I had a little knee pad underneath. Now, down the bottom here, we have our drain holes. So it is off the water heater side, so I am going to turn the red. Flip the switch off. So now that should, now there is a drain hole right underneath here. You can't really tell from your angle of the dangle, but right here there is a connection and it goes straight underneath the RV. So we are gonna go, now that should drain straight down. Now we go to taking off the clamps, removing the connector and putting it all back together again with the new. So what I ended up cutting out is the connector. So you can see I've got the two clamps on here and the connector in the middle. And on one side they have PEX tubing, and on the other side, I don't know what they have. This is not PEX tubing on the other side. This is more of a flexible rubbery thing that they got on the other side. But it's not PEX tubing. One side is, one side isn't. So therefore that is probably what's causing our leak. All right, the piece that I removed has the connector in the middle and PEX tubing on one side. And you can see how thick that PEX tubing is. It snugs right up against your connector. And on the other side, I don't know what they used, but it is not PEX tubing because you can actually see that there is space and it is much thinner. There's space in between, right there, there's space in between the connector and the tubing. So that is allowing extra water in that flow through, building up into this little connector, and I'm sure it is not a tight seal. So I'm going to use a genuine shark bite metal coupling, and they use the shoddy plastic coupling here, and it did not snug up against the materials to create a really tight seal. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use the actual shark bite and the actual PEX tubing and put the couplings on. So hang with me here. I gotta reach all the way to the back. I gotta go to the back wall. And it's probably best if I flip upside down. So hold on. It's hard to do it by feel. Make sure that, and it feels like this other piece is a little bit larger, which might be part of the problem. The exterior of it is a little bit larger. So I want to show you, it's awfully hard to show you what I'm doing under the counter and under the cabinet here. But what I want to show you is when you have your new clamp, I'm just going to show you on a spare piece of PEX tubing here. It has a little, see that little nipple on there? See the little nipple right there? All right. So what you need to do is you need to put the end of the crimping tool on that nipple, and then you're going to click it, click it, click it, keep clicking, keep ratcheting it down until it's done. And then you can see that you have a nice crimped, tight, secure seal. So my hot water drain hole was open. Now I have to close the drain hole. So I'm just gonna twist the knob right there. Now it's all closed up. We're gonna slide, slippity slide, curl on the floor. Last but not least, I think it's time to flip the switch, put the breaker back on so my water heater can go back on, tidy it up. Now I've got cleanup to do. Neighbor, you gonna help me with my cleanup? I've got wads and wads and wads of wet paper towels to clean up and put my drawers back in. Some of my drawers are heavy. It's gonna take a minute to put those drawers back on. All right, I'm back at the outside water. So we are now going to turn the water back on. There we are. Now the water canal is open and we are ready to fill up with water. And now we have to flip the circuit, flip that circuit and see if we got any more leaks or whether we fixed the problem. See or feel any water leaks there or there. So it appears we may have fixed the leak. Thank you, Shark Bite and PEX tubing. Right, Stella? Can I put my drawers back in? All right. Running the water up top and double checking. It appears my hands are dry. There's no leaks. So thank you to Shark Bite and the PEX tubing. We were able to fix the leak underneath the sink. And now I can put my drawers back on.